Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of CB Rebuilds. Today's episode we are going to be working on the apron right here. So this piece right here was definitely damaged in the accident, and we're going to try to do a full replacement. So a full replacement entails taking off this panel and then breaking all the spot welds on the apron, and it goes clear down to about here behind this panel. And we'll try to get the replacement one out of the other Jeep. That's not a big deal for us to do, but we need to get this one off first. And since this one's more damaged, we can probably learn from it versus trying to use the parts front end as a learning chassis. So we'll use this one. My wife already went through and she drilled most of these holes. I finished up just a few more that she didn't get to, and now we're going to get ready to take it apart. So for that, I just got a flat bar here, kind of that you would get at the hardware store. This one came from a hardware store. And we're going to slide it along here and try to get this broken loose. So some of this kind of came loose once I got the holes drilled through, and that started working pretty easily. But I think we just need to take this slim bar and a hammer and slide it along and break all the welds loose. So let's give that a shot and see where that goes. So one thing I'm trying to do here is we're going to try to save this panel. I know I could get another one, but the chances of the spot welds being in the exact same spot are probably a little low, because those robots that they use to weld this, the tips change a little bit, but they have areas that they try to hit. So we're going to, I already drilled through just the outer layer here. I could have drilled all the way through this because we're going to replace these apron pieces anyways. But we're going to go through, try to get this all popped loose, and see if we can't get this panel off in decent shape. I don't want to have to hammer it flat or straighten it out too much, so let's just take it easy and see what we can do. Pretty good. I did roll this a little bit more than I want, so I think while it's still in here, I'm going to try to straighten it up. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect right now. We'll have to take it off, get the new apron in, and get it all reset. So just getting it close for now is good. Alright, so we got that pretty well broken loose across the top. It might be nicer to have a flat bar. The only thing I have like that is some flat steel, so I might snag that up. 5/16 drill bit. So this drill bit has a pilot point on it, which is about the right depth for this piece of this panel. So I missed one of the spot welds here, that's why it's not coming off. So got it marked. Let's drill it out. So with the last spot weld out, now we've got this panel off. It's not too beat up at all. Might just take a hammer and flatten the edges here when we go to put it on. But we'll be able to weld right through those holes and right onto this apron when we go to put it back in. So in each one of these holes, it's not just here for, they're not speed holes. In this application, they're actually used so you can get another spot weld through to this tub pan. So we got this piece of foam that looks like, if you look at the dust pattern, it's been sitting there for a long time. I'm not sure if it's supposed to keep rain or debris from collecting down here. Lets water go through that channel, but not the debris. So looks like we've got another, I don't know, dozen or so spot welds to try to get. I got one right here, there's maybe two in there, one there, a couple here, and 3 or 4 here. So we'll get those, and then we'll see if we can't give it a little pry and see if we can get it moving, get these panels off. I'm not sure if there's more welds back here. I'm kind of hoping there isn't, but there's probably a good chance there is. I'm just trying to feel around. There might be a couple I can feel around on the inside. Yeah, I think there might be a couple. We'll see. There's that plastic thing. So we'll go ahead and try to get those drilled out and then start putting a little bit of pressure on these guys and see if we can't get them to pop off. Alright, we got that one out. On the inside, your door check strap bolts right here, and then there was one spot weld yet inside. So I took off the door check strap hook, drilled out that rivet, and then we were able to take this one out. I'm guessing there's one more spot weld on the top one too, but the top one is way underneath the dash. So conveniently, we have to take the dash out anyways to get the airbag replaced. So I'm going to try to do a little bit right now, just enough to get this out. I'd like to do the whole airbag replacement in another video, but if we can't, we'll use part of it right now. But I'm guessing there's, since there was one spot weld on this one, there's probably one up in this area on the inside wall that I can't get to it right now. Even when I drove my piece of metal through there, I kind of felt something solid, but it didn't break it loose. And you can see we're loose-ish, but I think if we get one more spot weld out, I'll be able to put the crowbar back on there and drive it out just like I did the lower one. One thing that's kind of neat is to see how much rust there is right here. I'm not sure if that'll be a problem on the J case. We'll have to wait and see. Again, this is a 2012 that lived most of its life in Michigan, so it's all some salt. But before we put the new one in, we'll get this cleaned up and we'll spray it down with weld-through primer so we can get that area cleaned up. But we're making a little progress. I'm going to see if I can just take a few things out of the dash enough to see that spot weld I think is there, and I'll take a crack at it. Hang tight. Alright folks, so we got the upper cross member out as well. You see there's two spot welds here that I end up ripping off. They are back here on the inside underneath this piece. So there was no way we were going to be able to get to them from the outside. And on the inside there's another sheet of metal, so this one's actually, you can't see either side of it. So now that we know that, at least we have a little more information when we go take the other one out. We might have to get creative with the way we cut that one. We may have to go all the way into here, cut this piece out through here so we can access those two spot welds through the foam mess. Maybe set that stuff on fire just to clean it out pretty fast. We'll see. And then we can drill those two spot welds out, and then it should have came out a lot easier than it did. It doesn't matter that we took more of the dash apart than we needed to. We need to take the airbag out anyways, and get the dash kind of figured out so we know how to fix it when we get it to our donor's vehicle. So I guess we'll call this a success. We got the upper and lower apron pieces out. So I think we're going to call it there for tonight. And we'll try again tomorrow. Hey folks, this is going to be the end of the video. Didn't quite get as far this week as I'd hoped on the Jeep with the virus issues going on. Had some other things going on to take care of. But that's going to conclude this video. In the next video, we're going to put the donor
apron in, and I won't bore you with filming that coming out, but we'll have that piece to go in. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content. And as always, feel free to leave your comments down below, and we'll address them in the next video. Thanks for watching.